everyone, it's Danielle here from DVR. I am so sorry that I have been so long to get around to doing this episode. Oh my goodness, so much has gone on and I have no excuse other than I've had to prioritise other parts of the business and I've been prioritising other parts of life, which I will explain. And so, yeah, it's just DVR Diaries has just had taken a back burner. The reason that I do it is simply, it's not to do with marketing the brand or anything, it's simply an archive, so it just can't be top priority. But I know some of you are enjoying it and I really wanted us to be able to do the update from the year, which usually I do as a blog post, which will also be a blog post. But I thought this would be the first time we can actually do it on video, which would be really nice. So here we go. This episode is going to be a bit of a 2023 roundup, a bit of a late one, and also just updating you with where we're at and what's been going on. I do have some news to tell you first before we go into the 2023 roundup, even though it kind of links in, but it's the biggest news and it's why we've been so quiet on the outside. So I really wanted to explain that first. So obviously you all know that I went full-time on the business in July last year and it was full on. I mean, we were just doing like 2 to 3 shows a month. We went and visited our factory in Portugal. We did so many cool things and it was all a go for a couple of months. And then I found out I was pregnant. And so, yeah, it's been a whirlwind because I was kind of like all set to go and put my all in. And then finding out this news, it's been obviously a whirlwind of emotions, of physical things. I went through the tiredness and a little bit of the sickness and also just like different emotions that you go through and processes and just really enjoying the whole process. And so to be honest, I've allowed myself to take my foot off the pedal because I've really wanted to enjoy this. You know, there's certain things in life that you don't experience. You know, I feel very blessed to experience it. It might be my only time. Hopefully it won't be, but you know, I want to lap it all up, and I think there's seasons in life and things happen how they're supposed to and when they're supposed to. And so, yeah, this is a process that I have been prioritising, enjoying over really pushing everything, which is why we've been so quiet on social media. So yeah, that kind of explains it, because some of you might have been like, okay, it's full time, it's meant to be like boom, 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 all this different stuff. And then it's kind of, it has been, but it's also not been. So that's a little bit of a reason why, and as to why I might be just a bit all over the place. I mean, I'm always like that anyway. I think that's a sign of any entrepreneur. But yes, that's my really exciting news, and that will kind of come into some of the stories of 2023 anyway. But I wanted to get that out there now so that you all know, because some of you know, some of you don't, and yeah, it's an exciting time. So let's get straight to it with a bit of a roundup of 2023. I'm still going to do this as a blog post as I always do, but I thought it would be really cool that we get to do it on video as well. So last year was a crazy year, such a year that was just crazy different. So obviously I won't go over everything that's in the previous episodes too much, but it is equally a year roundup. So I mean, this time last year I was still working for another business that's a sustainable department store, and I was loving doing that as well as DVR. And I had booked shows that we'd never done before. So we were taking DVR we went to Badminton, we went to Royal Windsor, we went to Burley, we went to Wellington, we went to some little local BEs. We went all over the place and it was brilliant. I loved getting the brand out to you guys more often, and I really saw the difference it was making in getting you all to be able to see it and hitting new customers as well, because that's for us our biggest thing is, you know, lots of you are incredible returning customers. We are so lucky to have, and that's, I believe, the brilliance in the products and the effort that goes into making them what they are. But obviously, as any small business does, you need more people to know about you. So the shows were brilliant. I was loving seeing you all again, talking to you all again. You know, there's so many, as you'll know, if you're one of the people watching, there's so many friendships that are formed from building this business. So yeah, it was just lovely to get involved and be around you all again. And I was at Burley on my own. This is when I found out my news, actually, and it was just a whirlwind story, actually, because I nearly took on a horse that I used to loan. The owner was selling, and I was thinking over the weekend, and I was all set, and I'd said I'm 90% certain I'm going to take him, but I just needed to double check some things at home. And then when I was driving home, I got a message from her saying that she now wasn't selling because she could move to a different yard and these different things. And I was driving home and I was thinking, so random for that to happen. Like, why would that happen? And I don't know why. I just got this overriding feeling to take a pregnancy test when I got home. And that's when I found out. So yeah, that was September. We went to Portugal and saw the factory. That was fantastic. That is the first time that I've seen that factory because we moved a little while ago to a different factory. And that was just brilliant. I mean, seeing so many interesting things, like they've got like these chutes that the offcuts go into, and they go straight up through these chutes along the ceiling to go to the recycling area, and then they're used for cars. I think, if I remember rightly, it's for like the car upholstery, like the inners of the seats, if I remember rightly. Saw all the machinery and brilliant things that they're using there. And that was just great because, you know, you see it all, you talk over video chat and different things, but it's just not the same as actually seeing people in person and being able to experience the area. And we went and had a lovely lunch, and yeah, just saw the whole area where we were, based near Porto, and we explored that city as well, which is brilliant. I love Portugal, really, really recommend if anyone hasn't been and wants to go somewhere. So yeah, and then we did South of England show, and that was fantastic. It's very local to us. Again, one that I've wanted to do for a while, but haven't had the time. And so we did that one. That was near the end of September, and I really enjoyed that. Lovely people, we had lovely neighbours, and it was just a great feeling show, and quite a nice short one as well. So thank you if you came and saw us there. And oh yeah, I always leave the van lights on, so I'd left the van lights on, and the battery had gone flat on the car. I've done that twice at shows this year, last year. So luckily my lovely neighbours helped me. There's always some sort of drama, but yeah, it was brilliant. And then come October, we went to Tweezledown, which is a very little BE. That was good. Met some of you that we'd seen before and some that we hadn't. Very, very tiny little one, but nice and easy for me. I'd actually got a new 3x3 stand so that we could visit some of these smaller ones without the effort of putting up the huge stand. And that was great because obviously I was early pregnancy and I went on my own. So I was putting it all up, sorting it all out by myself. But yeah, it was really nice. It was nice weather, so I could sit there with a book. That's what's really nice about the smaller shows as well, because you can do them so casually and yeah, sit there having a read, and it was, yeah, just lovely. I love to be able to watch you all and speak to you in person about the products and everything. Yeah, so then we didn't have any more for October, and that's, to be honest, when I was in the midst of massive tiredness, bit of sickness, so I really took my foot off the pedal then. And yeah, come November we had Your Horse Live, and we had the horsemanship show that I'd never heard of, but it was brilliant. I mean, I saw a few of the demos and like just parts of them when I was going to the cafe and things, and it looked fantastic. I thought, this is a show I really want to go to Onfort. There was so many very interesting demonstrations, lots about horse training, and yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I do recommend if you have a young horse or you're interested in training or retraining. Lots of brilliant people there with really fascinating knowledge to share. So yeah, enjoyed that one, but that was a cold show. I was like, this is properly getting into winter. We were in an indoor arena, and yeah, it was It was very cold. I remember I went out at the end of the day to get in the car to drive back to where I was staying, and the car was already frozen. That's how cold it was. So yeah, I felt that. And then thank goodness the London International Horse Show was indoors in December. So we went there, that was at the XL, the first time experiencing that. I had the lovely Izzy with me. I also had Liberty and Lucy. If you went on the Saturday, you would have met them. And again, I just love the equestrian community. I mean, the trade stand community is always brilliant. The stands around us are just lovely. I forgot how hard, from the side of working at these sorts of shows, I forgot how hard that one is because it's long hours. We got in about 9 each day, and then we were leaving about 8:30, 9 each evening. I luckily had help because I was having to go to the lounge a few times and lay on the floor and put my legs up. I probably looked crazy, but obviously being pregnant, I was sitting down a lot, but yeah, my feet got swollen, and where we were staying was about half an hour away, so every day was a long day. And you can imagine kind of chatting and being customer facing all day for 7 days it's a lot, especially when you're not used to doing it all the time. I love the shows, but wow, do you feel them. Hats off to the people that do like 20 shows a year. I think this year, well, 2023, so last year, I keep forgetting. I think we did 8 shows altogether, and I was really impressed with myself by that, because before that, the most shows we've ever done in 1 year is 3. So, you know, it was a big step up in 2023, and I'm really proud of that, because sometimes when you haven't brought out lots of new product, and you know, we're a small business and we just don't have the cash flow. I promise you, if I could, I would have all the penny pull-ons in all the colours, and the Santos shirts and the Samantha sweatshirts and everything. There's so much that I want to do for you, but as a small business, it's just a cash flow thing, and I could go for investment, and I've thought about it, but it has to be the right time for the business and for myself as well, and for the current situation that we're in and the current climate as a whole anyway. It's just not the right time right now. We need to focus on other things that we need to improve in the business, and all of those things I know will come in time. I know we've got a long-term business because I put so much effort into making these products as good as possible, and I'm trying to make a business and products to last. You know, this isn't meant to be a quick thing. So I understand if you're someone who is super passionate about the brand like me and you are waiting on those things, please just stick with us and be patient, and it will come in time. But yeah, anyway, I just feel proud, because it's so easy to go, oh, well, we didn't bring out like all these things I want to bring out and everything like that. But to go, okay, actually we went to a lot of new shows and we hit a lot of new people is brilliant, and we got to see lots of you, serve lots of you in different ways. So yeah, had a really good 2023, and I hope I saw you at some of the shows. The last shows of the year were quieter than ever before. So London International was a good show, but we really noticed the difference from where it's moved from Olympia, and I guess maybe from the year it is as well. There can be obviously multiple factors, but we really felt it. So that was a bit of a shame, because obviously, again, as a small business, you really rely on your income and the money coming in, and it does mean it's affected what I can get made for the summer this year, and we are being more conservative anyway. But yeah, it's just one of those things that small businesses, and all businesses, I don't know why I'm saying small businesses, have to deal with. And you know, in essence, the shows are about marketing and getting the business out there. But if you're a business with a bigger budget and more money to lose, then it doesn't matter so much, but you do really feel it as a small business. So I think I went back knackered and just needing a break from it all. So I had a really good Christmas off, and then as you might have seen from one of my social media posts, basically January I just took slow as well, doing the background work, because sometimes you just need that. And I think that's really important to remember, that you can't be full on go all the time if you want to be a sustainable business that has longevity, because you'll just burn out. And when you're like me, basically a one-man band, burnout is the worst thing you could do to yourself. So yeah, pressure is off a little bit. I'm I'm enjoying this process of life and got exciting things for 2024. I'm really excited to see how I feel when I've got the baby, because some people have told me that they get like a new different type of motivation for their business because you're kind of doing it for someone else as well and all of that stuff. At the moment, I just have a very strong mother instinct for just wanting to be a mum. But I'm excited to say we've got Hicksted booked for June and July. So if you are local or if you're coming, then I can't wait to see you there. We'll be in our normal spot, and I'm just really, really excited. I mean, I'm excited, as probably most of you are, as I look out at the grey days for summer, because summer's going to be just wonderful. I mean, we all love the good weather, and Hicksted's is always lovely. Sometimes it's got showers, but it's just such a feel-good show. I just love it, and the fact that there's going to be a baby there is crazy. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you all again at Hicksted. Unfortunately, we won't be at Wellington. That's one I was hoping to do again as well, but I've got my best friend's wedding over that weekend and I can't send anyone else because I just don't want to put that pressure on myself when I don't know what I'm going to be feeling like, what it's going to be like with the baby and everything else. But yeah, and then I'm hoping that we'll get to South of England show at the end of September as well. They are the only shows this year that I'm putting on my list for now. But we will kind of judge it as we go. So yeah, that's kind of where 2023 went. I mean, I don't feel like I need to do a proper roundup because I talked about all the other shows and all the different things we were doing within the other episodes. So if you're interested in hearing more, then please just go click and you'll see the other episodes where I've been talking about what we've been up to and everything else. I'm going to do a video on its own about the factory as well, because I've got little clips from that and things. So that will come out soon. But yeah, I just don't like these videos to be too long because I feel like they can be boring otherwise. But I think that's kind of our 2023 roundup. So yeah, it's been a great year and a crazy year to think back to when I posted that video where I'm crying and saying how crazy it is to be going full-time on the brand. I am now doing I'm a maths tutor as well, so I have picked up more of that to help me financially whilst going through the pregnancy and onwards, to be honest, because both these businesses fit in really nicely together. So that is something that I'm going to do for now until I'm at a point in life where it's a good time to maybe get investment or really push the business with other people coming in and everything else. But that's something that I need to take at the right time in my life, and where I thought that it might be the time to put my foot down and go, actually life has sent me in this direction where it's time to do the family thing. And I praise working mums, non-working mums and everything else, but I believe in just doing it in the way that feels right for you. And I know I want to be a very present mum, and so I'd much prefer to let us be in the way that feels right to me at the time, and then at the point that I feel ready for that push and that the time's ready for my family as well, that is when I will do that. So all the ambitions are still there. It's just they're not going to be happening this year. It's going to be a bit of a slower year. And I think that is a lovely way to be anyway. I really want to be very intentional about everything we bring out and focus on really teaching you about the products, because there's so much behind them that I don't feel like I get across very well. So much work and effort has gone into the materials, into the design, into every aspect of them. And yeah, I think one of my key goals this year is just to work on communicating that really well and just really kind of solidifying who we are and what we're doing. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention as well. Obviously, we brought out the lovely mesh tops last year. We did some brilliant photo shoots. Yeah, there has been some other things as well, but if you follow, you know anyway. So I'll leave it there for now, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will speak to you soon, and have a great day.